Welcome to Expired. I'm Yas, and this is the space where we uncover the why behind the way we think, act, and grow. If you ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of procrastination, you're not alone. Today, we're exploring the science of why we put things off and how we break free from it. And guess what? After years, yes, years of thinking about it, I finally started my own YouTube channel. So, what a better way to kick things off by talking about something I've mastered: procrastination. You see, I didn't just procrastinate on making this video, I trained for it, Olympic level procrastination. I postponed, I delayed, I overthought, and convinced myself I needed more research. Sounds familiar, right? Well, today we're going to crack the code on why we procrastinate and how our brains are playing tricks on us, and most importantly, how to break free from the cycle. So, if you ever put off doing something important by convincing yourself that, deep cleaning your room, reorganizing your apps, or watching, just one more episode of your favorite show was the right move, congratulations, you're not alone. But let's fix that. So, why do we procrastinate and the science behind avoidance? Firstly, let's get one thing straight: procrastination is not just laziness, it's actually deep rooted in psychology and neuroscience. And a study from psychological science found that procrastination is linked to the battle between two parts of our brain: the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex. See, the limbic system, the ancient part of our brain, is all about instant gratification, pleasure and zero effort. While the prefrontal cortex, our rational future planning side, is like, hey, maybe we should think about long term success. You see, the problem is the limbic system is stronger. So when faced with something challenging or uncertain, your brain literally chooses short term pleasure. So YouTube rabbit holes, you know, over long term rewards. And let's not forget the fear factor, right? Studies show that 94% of people procrastinate due to fear of failure. We delay tasks because deep down, we're afraid of messing up, looking stupid, or realizing we're not as good as we hoped. But here's the kicker: by avoiding the task, we actually confirm our fear. We create self fulfilling prophecies where we never even try, so we never get the chance to succeed. And this is where fear versus excitement, same feeling, different mindset. So let me blow your mind for a second. Fear and excitement are physically the same emotion, which is like ridiculous when you think about it. So when you feel fear, your heart races, right? Your palms get sweaty and your stomach churns. But guess what? That's exactly what happens when you're excited, right? The only difference is how your brain interprets it. So, Harvard researchers have found that people who reframe the anxiety as excitement before a stressful event, like public speaking or taking an exam, perform significantly better. So, instead of saying, I'm so nervous, they told themselves, I'm excited to do this. And that tiny shift rewarded their brain's response and helped them push through their fear. So, I think the next time you feel that nervous energy before starting a task, tell yourself, this isn't fear, it's excitement, and watch your brain adapt to that. You know, uh, you get another thing called the avoidance loophole, right, which creates more anxiety. So let's talk about procrastination paradox. Have you ever noticed that the longer you put something off, the worse you feel about it, and yet you still don't do it? I know because I've done this. See, that's because procrastination provides temporary relief when we avoid a task. Our stress momentarily disappears, which our brain loves. So it rewards us with a little dopamine hit, the brain feel good chemical, reinforcing the habit of delaying. But then reality hits, the deadline looms closer, anxiety skyrockets, and now we're even less motivated because we associated the task with stress and guilt. And it's a vicious cycle, right? A 2022 study found in the Journal of Behavioral Psychology found that chronic procrastinators have higher level of anxiety and lower self-esteem and increased rate of depression. The more we avoid, the worse we feel, and the worse we feel, the more we avoid. Sounds familiar, right? But here's the good news: you can break the cycle. So, how do we do it? So, all right, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about solutions. How do we beat procrastination? So, if we break it down, one of the biggest reasons we procrastinate is that we don't see tasks as too big and overwhelming. Instead of thinking I have to write 10-page report, start with, I'll write the first sentence. Science shows that breaking down goals into smaller, more manageable chunks increases motivation and makes it easier to start. So set a low bar, right? The biggest mistake we make is setting a huge goal right at the start. Instead of aiming for perfect, aim for done. Get that first draft, get that first rep or that first attempt out of the way. Once you start, momentum will carry on, just like I'm hoping to achieve with this video, right? So use the 5 second rule. Mel Robbins talks about this 5 second rule, and it's a game changer. When you feel hesitation creeping in, count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. The moment you hit 1, take action. This interrupts the brain's fear response and forces you to move before your mind talks you out of it. Next is anchor your thoughts. Have an anchor thought, something that keeps you focused and calm. If you're afraid of public speaking, imagine in your audience your closest friends. If you're scared of failing, picture the moment you succeed. This rewires your brain's association with the task. And commit to just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I will just work on this for 5 minutes. And research backs this, that 80% of people who commit to just starting for 5 minutes end up continuing for much longer. And why? Because getting started is the hardest part. Once you begin, your brain naturally wants to finish what we started. And I know this because I just passed 5 minutes in this video itself talking to you about it. And there you have it, right? The science of procrastination, why we do it, and how to break free from it. So the next time you catch yourself avoiding something important, ask yourself, am I afraid, or am I actually just excited, and then just start? Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, because action beats perfection every time. If you found this helpful, or you're just procrastinating by watching this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more brain hacks, and drop a comment below. Because what's your go-to procrastination excuse? Let's laugh at ourselves together. So until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and most importantly, just start.